It's your man Alex, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys my take on a slick back mid-fade self haircut. So let's get right into it. So as you can see right here, my hair is currently around 5 to 6 inches in length on the top, just so you have an idea of how long my hair is to do this slick back haircut. So to get started with the actual haircut, we're going to be putting in our bald line with the no guard lever closed. A lot of you guys have been asking me recently to do a haircut with the no guard lever closed as the first guideline. So that's what I'm doing instead of using the trimmers. So this should be a little bit easier for you guys if you're more like intermediate with self haircuts, but we're just going in, putting in the bald line with the no guard lever closed, and I'm just creating like a mid-fade guideline starting a little bit above the ear for the horizontal, going across the sides of my head, and then slightly dropping it toward the back of my head just beneath the occipital ridge. So for the second guideline, I'm going to be going in with the no guard lever open. So all I'm doing here is just opening the lever all the way and putting in roughly a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch guideline. Now I know on screen it says 3/4 to 1 inch. That's typically what I would always recommend for self haircuts, to do a 3/4 to 1 inch guideline. But for me in this particular haircut, I have so much length up on top and so much length by my part line that I want to keep as much as I can so that I have a nice blend from the longer length to the short fade on the sides and back. So I'm only making my guidelines roughly like 1/2 inch for this particular haircut, but for every other haircut that I give myself, I'm almost always going to do 3/4 to 1 inch guidelines. So just keep that in mind for yourself throughout this tutorial. For the third guideline, I'm going to be using the number 1 guard lever open, and one thing I want you to notice while I'm putting in this guideline is that I'm kind of doing a bit of freehanding, right? Remember how I just said I have so much length toward the top of my head that I want to keep as much of that as possible so that the blend doesn't look, crazy going from long to short. Right, I don't want to have an undercut and look like Brad Pitt from the movie Fury, right? I want there to be some nice smooth gradients, a nice transition from short hair to long hair. I don't want it to be an undercut. So what I'm doing is freehanding with the number 1 guard. I'm still going up that 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, but you'll notice how I'm going really slow and I'm freehanding. As soon as I go up that 1/2 inch, right, I'm kind of going up and away slightly at the same exact time to freehand and create more of a blend so that the hard line isn't so pronounced. So now that all of the guidelines are in on my head, I can start to fade all of those hard lines that I've created. Okay, so this is like step 2 of the self haircut. So what I'm doing now is going with the no guard lever halfway, and I'm just going to be softening up that bottom hard line. Now typically with the no guard lever halfway, you're not going to get rid of the hard line 100%. It's only going to be roughly 50%, okay? So it's just softening the hard line, making it a little bit less visible, okay? So you need this step in there because the hard line for the bald line is very, very hard and very easy to see, so it needs to be softened first. Now, after we do that, we can go to the no guard lever closed, and because remember, the first guideline was also with the no guard lever closed, we can get rid of that hard line completely, right? We don't need to use any type of trimmers or anything like that. We can literally just keep the no guard lever closed, and this should get rid of the hard line, the bottom hard line, 100%. We should completely be able to get rid of it using the same exact guard and lever position that put in the hard line in the first place. So to get rid of the second hard line, I'm going to be using the half guard lever closed. And one thing I want to point out is that remember how all of my guidelines were like 1/2 inch? So you can see how tight the fade is because those guidelines were so small. But if I made the guidelines 3/4 to 1 inch, the guidelines would be stretched out even further, which would make this step a lot easier, okay? But for me, because, you know, I have experience, I feel more comfortable making the guidelines a little bit smaller because I have a good idea of how to blend in those hard lines. So I'm just going in with the half guard, slowly going up and hitting the hard line, and then slightly flicking away at the same exact time to just create the blend, and I'm doing that all the way around my head. Now to get rid of the last hard line, I'm going to be using the 1.5 guard lever closed. Now, one other thing I'm also doing is continuing with the freehanding motion to kind of blend in again the fade to the longer length on top. So pretty much when you're giving yourself a fade, you're trying to create a gradient from light to dark. And so all you're really trying to do is just, you know, make a nice transition from light to dark, right? You don't want it to be light and then dark. You want it to be smooth and easy, and you want that to be stretched out, right? You want the color wheel to be stretched a little bit so that the light to dark is nice and smooth. And so what I'm doing here is just trying to aid in that process of just creating a smoother transition from the fade, because again, I've got really dark hair, so it's very easy to tell when, you know, the fade or the gradients is off. So I'm just trying to do my best to create more gradients, and then we'll continue with that process later in the self haircut once I start using the thinning shears. So now to blend in the fade even more to the length on top, especially those longer hairs by my part line, I'm going to be using the thinning shear over comb technique. Now to do this technique successfully, you want to position the comb horizontally against the grain of your hair and slowly move the comb up those longer hairs where you're seeing the blend being a little bit bulky, and then you slowly cut with the thinning shears at the same exact time. So it's basically a 1-to-1 ratio where you're slowly moving the comb up as you're slowly cutting with the thinning shear at the same exact time. Now this should help you create a much smoother and gradient blend from that transition like I was talking about, from light to dark. Now, if you really want to make the fade as gradient as possible, you can use what I call the reverse thinning shear method. So this is a method that I've discovered, and it's a great way to blend in the fade to the longer length on top and create that nice smooth transition from light to dark and just enhance the overall gradients of the fade. So all you have to do is take your thinning shears, you flip them literally in reverse, and then you point cut directly on the fade. Wherever you see a hard line or wherever you see any bulky spots, you're literally just going to point cut using the ends of the scissor and cut directly at those spots. And this is one of the reasons why thinning shears are so great, and they're also very safe when you're cutting your own hair, because they only cut around 20% of the hair anyway. They're not like normal scissors, which cut all of the hair. Thinning shears only cut about 20%, so they're very safe and they help a lot with creating a gradient fade. And so now that we're done with the detailing of the fade, I can give myself a crispy clean lineup. So I'm going to be doing that by putting my headband on to cover off and section off the longer hair on top, and then just use my little $5 scissors that I got from Target many years ago and just trim off all of the little baby hairs on my forehead. You can also use the trimmer if you want to, but I just find these scissors are a little bit more accurate, precise, and a little bit just more safe, you know, more peace of mind when cutting the hair by the forehead. And then I like to use the trimmers for the vertical bars going down my forehead, and then the C cup as well going around my eyebrows. Now to style my hair, I'm going to be using what I believe is the best hairstyling product on the market, Organic Clay by Kouras. Organic Clay is made with only 6 ingredients and gives a natural high hold matte finish. what I like to do is take about a pea-sized amount of product, lightly rub it between my palms until it turns creamy, and then work it evenly throughout my hair, making sure I really get it into the roots. Then I'll add a little bit more product to finish off the look and give my hair more shape, texture, and control. So if you'd like to show support to my brand and have healthier, styled hair at the same time, you can find my website linked in this video. This is my take on a slick back mid-fade self haircut. Let me know in the comments below how you think the haircut turned out and what other hairstyles you'd like me to try out next. If this tutorial helped you in any way, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like and subscribe for more in-depth self haircut tutorials like this one. And if you're tired of grooming products that constantly dry out or damage your hair, definitely take a look at my products and see if they'd be a good fit for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.